Hi students, here we go, SketchUp. I never made you a basic introduction video to SketchUp. We jumped straight into the modeling. So I just want to go back and give you some information about the basics. And the first thing we do is set up the interface, what this looks like. So for the setting up of the interface, I'll talk about Mac and I'll also talk a little bit about Windows. But after that, I'll talk just about Mac version. But if you're a Windows user and you have any questions, just let me know. But basically, the tools and the functions are very similar or the same, or you will be able to work out the difference. So the first thing is in SketchUp what they call the template. So in the Windows, you can go to Window, and there should be something in here called Preferences, and then go to Template. On the Mac, we go here, we go to Preferences, and then we look at the template. The template we want to choose is the construction documentation, and I choose the meters one. Let's go with meters. Okay, and then we just have to click it and then close that. The next step to do, nothing changes, so we have to just close that window, File, New, and we get the new one. The other thing we can do is set up the units, although it should be already meters, but let's just have a look. On Windows, it's the same for Windows computers, PCs and Macs. Go to Window, go to Model Info. Yeah, and that should be meters, so that's no, meters, that's no problem. Okay. The next thing is about the toolbars. Because if I go View, Tool Palettes, Large Tool Set, got these tools here, but they're the same ones here, which we don't really need. So I recommend that this is what you do. Come up here, I might just go back to like that. Come up here and you go right click. We can change these ones. Go Customize Toolbar. And this pops up. I think it should be very similar for the Mac computer, for the PC, I think. And what we do is we want to get rid of these. So you can just come in here and you just pull those down. One at a time. We get rid of them. You can hear that cool sound. Now what do we want to see? We want to see these views. So you drag them up until you see the green plus. Styles. We can put undo, redo, but we can also just use our keyboard. Shadows. Shadows. You can put some others that you like we use Extension Manager and Extension Warehouse. Draw, push, pull, okay, I've put some other ones in here that that plugins in here that you haven't got yet, but I'll talk to you about those. Remember this one, Make Face. So you can put that up there. Drop CG. That's about it. And then we can say done. If I want to get rid of them, change them, just go Customize Toolbar, and I might just pull those off actually. Just keep it simple. So if you're finding SketchUp is no problem and you're using it quite nicely, just set up your interface like this, and then the rest of the video you don't have to watch. You can just watch this if you want to learn more about the basics of SketchUp, if you're finding it difficult. So here we go. Let's talk about the mouse. I really want you to be using a 3-button mouse. So you've got a left click, a right click, and a scroll wheel. Just going to talk to you about these different views and things like that as we work along. Let's start by drawing a line. So click and click. If I now press spacebar, it finishes the line. So line is it line or is it called draw? Line tool, yep. L, click, release, move the mouse, click. If I want to finish, I can press spacebar. If I want to undo, I can press Command Z or Control Z. And when we draw a line, we don't hold down the left mouse button. We do a click, and then release it, and then click again. So on, finger off, finger on. See, when I draw a line, if it's going straight, it's going to be red, and it will say on red axis, and this one's red as well. And if I go that way, it's gone green. Red, green. And you all know about the orbiting, so I can go orbit, and I can hold the mouse button down, and we see that's flat. So red is that direction, green's that one, and if I get another line, go here, and if I go up, that's going vertical because it's blue. That would be red, blue. So it's really good in SketchUp if you can control these lines. Most of the things you draw will be along the red, the green, and the blue. Blue is up, green and red are flat. If it starts to look like this, you've got it upside down, you could try go like this. Okay. So let's talk about these ones. These are the views. ISO is kind of like perspective. This one, top, is like plan. But you see, we can see that blue one. That means there's a bit of perspective. So come to camera. All the time we're coming to camera and we're changing between perspective and parallel. Parallel is like a true plan view. This one is like front, side, side, and back. So different views. You see how this looks a bit funny now. If I change the hello, hi. If I change the perspective to this one, then the perspective looks better. This one here, let's just have a quick look at this. We're now set on this one here. This one is called X-ray. I might just make this a box. So I'm going to get the P for push-pull, push that up. Spacebar to stop. So I went that one, which is P, click one time, up, click again, spacebar to go back to this one. That one's X-ray, so I can sort of see through, see what's inside the box. If I want to turn that off, click it again. This one here is called back edges, so we can just see these as a dotted line in the back. Click that to go off. This one here is a wireframe, so it's just showing the frame, the lines. This one here is like, it's called, what's it called? Hidden line. Don't know why it's called hidden line. Of course, it just shows everything as white. This one is called shaded, I think. Okay, and then these ones are about textures and colors, and we can do that. Look at those ones later. Let's just look again at those again, these views. Perspective, parallel, top, front, side, other side. So those are how those work. Shadows, just turn this one here on, and then you can change the date and the month, the day and the month, and this changes the time. Okay, so you can play around with that. Now, let's get back into this. I could select this like that and go delete. We'll talk more about selection later. Let's come to plan view. Make sure the camera is on parallel. A big part of SketchUp is about this thing called inferencing that we learned about a few weeks ago. Click, move, click, down, click. If I come back here, I'm going to zoom right in so you can see it. I get that dotted green line, which is telling me if I stop there, it will go straight up to there. That's a great thing about SketchUp. Click. See that line? So I can go on there. It's called inferencing. And we do it all the time.